My name is Gavin Pretor-Pinney, and I am member number 1 of the Cloud Appreciation Society.
Gavin likes clouds. He believes clouds are the face of the atmosphere.
The clouds are the expressions on the face of the atmosphere, so they show us the changing moods of the atmosphere. The sky is the last wilderness within easy reach for you. They are free, they are ever-changing, always different. Remember that we all share the same sky. We all live within this atmosphere.
There are more than 60,000 members from some 120 countries in the Cloud Appreciation Society he founded. Members share pictures of the cloud they each took.
These ones here, these are called mama clouds. And this is a formation that can look really dramatic in the evening light. These were sent in from Texas, I think, from members there. They form around storm clouds.
But clouds are not always beautiful. Clouds, the face of the atmosphere, can sometimes be a powerful alert of an upcoming crisis. The weather is a warning sign the Earth sends to mankind. It's been 6 months since I've been living in outer space. Things have changed quite a lot over that period. I've been keeping a journal. I've learned to take a shower with wet tissues, and I got to realize my passion for tteokbokki. But the biggest change I experienced was that I was able to observe and understand the Earth from the perspective of the universe. The Earth, looking down from here, is beautiful yet full of winds. Extreme weather patterns caused by climate change have resulted in tragic disasters, leaving scars on the surface of the Earth. Is everyone okay? Today, I feel like asking everyone how they're doing.
오늘 우주 날씨는 평온한 편인데 지구는 매일이 전쟁 같네요. 정말 진짜 놀라움을 넘어서 충격적이네요. 세계 각지에서 기후위기가 정말 심각한데요. 소식을 좀 들어볼까요? 브라질 한번 연결해 볼게요. Hello Miguel, how have you been?
Hello, Minha. Long time no see. This is Miguel reporting from Brazil. Currently, I'm here in Lake Tefé in the state of Amazonas, northern Brazil. I live nearby and I've been living here for 5 years working as a photographer. Can you see the sweat on my forehead? It's so hot today. I've been here for 5 minutes and I'm already sweating all over. I'm pretty sure this year the Amazon is suffering from its worst heat wave and drought ever. The water level in the Negro River reached its lowest point in 121 years, since 1902. Not only that, but here in Lake Tefé, the water temperature exceeded 39 degrees Celsius, like warm soup. Look at this. Everywhere around me used to be underwater. Even these floating houses, for example, were built on the river and are now exposed on the ground because it's so dry. Even the boats are stuck in the mud and stranded. Because of this, isolated villagers are having difficulties getting basic necessities and water. Everyone in the Amazon River is suffering right now. Even more heartbreaking is that over 150 river dolphins, which are considered an endangered species, have died here in Lake Tefé in recent weeks.
Notícia muito boa. Muito boa. Só isso. Fala. Só? Cara, três, assim, né? Três, eu acho que três. Três, a gente acha que... Resto, assim, do que a gente viu ontem. Nossa, muito bom.
Eu tenho trena lá, viu, Ari? Lembra da gente trazer pro pessoal?
Lake Tefé was home to 900 pink river dolphins and 500 tucuxi dolphins, and the heat wave has probably killed 155 of these dolphins so far. That represents around 10% of all the river dolphins in the area. It's a tragedy. For the past month, Tefé has felt like a catastrophe from a science fiction movie. To see all of those dead dolphins was probably one of the saddest moments in my life. And the worst thing is, because of the climate crisis, things like this are probably going to get even more frequent.
I'm so sad to hear that endangered river dolphins die like that.
Minha, I believe the Earth may be sending us a warning through the weather in the Amazon. This is Miguel Monteiro from Brazil.
아, 참 유럽 상황도 올해 심각하다던데요. 한번 연결해 볼게요. Hello, Sarah. How's Spain?
This year has been one of the warmest in Spain, with temperatures over 40 degrees Celsius until August. The weather is becoming very unpredictable here, and I don't know how to react. I'm very nervous, and I don't know if I should stay here or if I should go. Suddenly, 10 days ago, huge rain came over Spain and caused a lot of villages to be destroyed and bridges like this one to collapse. After a few days, the heat wave began again, and then suddenly today and the next few days there's going to be another typhoon all over Spain. went dark outside. Huge thunderstorms. Everyone seeks refuge in the metro, but even that gets flooded. It's not safe anymore. Please be careful.
Ciao Mina, sono Giacomo, ciao, Giacomo ragazzo veneziano dall'Italia e sono qui a Venezia con un sacco di acqua alta, come puoi vedere. Qui c'è tutto il passaggio delle gondole e qui c'è il ponte di Rialto. E qui l'acqua alta è un problema grosso da tanti anni. Nel 2019 abbiamo avuto l'acqua più alta che avevamo mai avuto fin dal 1966, è arrivata quasi a 1,90. Per mostrarti, per farti capire, qui c'è una linea, la vedi quella linea rossa sopra i mattoni? Ecco, l'acqua era arrivata più o meno lì e quindi eravamo tutti sotto acqua. Il problema delle acque alte, ovviamente, in questi anni è diventato molto più importante per Venezia. Allora, il sistema si chiama MOSE, che in realtà è un acronimo, però è anche il profeta ebraico che aprì le acque quando gli ebrei scapparono dall'Egitto.
I've heard about the Mosaic project. It's a system in which metal barriers are raised from the seafloor whenever high waters threaten the lagoon city. It was impressive to see how the enormous barriers are connected and lifted to part the sea, just like Hebrew prophet Moses did, protecting Venice from mass flooding.
Oggi, ogni volta che si alzano le paratie mobili, vengono spesi quasi 150.000 euro e quindi non si possono alzare troppo spesso. E però il sistema si può tentare di bloccare il mare, ma se il mare crescerà ancora per via dell'innalzamento della temperatura globale, la soluzione non sarà quella.
We are growing a small sprout of hope in this vast universe.
상추 싹이 이렇게 큰 거야? 초록이 주는 감동이 이렇게 크다니.
저도 너무 신기해요. 우주의 가능성이란 이런 걸까요?
But on the only planet where life exists, green is disappearing.
Би чинь энэ Баяннуур сумд өссөн. Манай ээж аав болохоор энэ Баяннуурын хүмүүс байхгүй юу. Тэгээ намайг хүүхэд байхад бол энэ нуур айгүй том хэмжээтэй байдгийсэн. 2 нуур байдгийсэн. Тэгээ нэг хавар мал сал муудаж бариад нэг тийжэл муутай. Тэгэхээр энэ уснаас усалчихлаа мал сэрэгчдэг гэд.
Rapid desertification starting in the 1990s has dried up the lake here. The average temperature in Mongolia has risen 2.25 degrees over the past 8 decades, while annual precipitation dropped by 8%, leaving the soil extremely dry. In Mongolia, it's not rare to see violent gusts of wind accompanied by sand dust with the height of up to hundreds of meters blanket an entire village. No wonder they're called a dust storm.
Minutes ч юм уу 30 минут хөрөөгөө 20 минут л алсан. Тэгэхэд тийм амар болсон байхгүй. Гүр битүү харанхуй юу ч харагдахгүй. Баг байхад нэг шуурж яхах гайгүй байсан баха. Одоо бол ерөөсөө тэр 2004 оноос хойш бол байнга шуурчдаг.
Livestock, humans alike were all swept away and killed by the arid storm. The Gobi Desert, a large part of fine dust that covers South Korea, comes from this place. Nomads have long predicted the weather by using clues given by the sun and wind.
열은 저런 저런 타이워큰 гэдэг нөхцөл бол оройдоо сар харах, өглөөний манд зугаа нар, оройны шингэж байгаа нараар ерөнхийдөө баримжаадаг. Тэр гурвуулж гарч ийн гэдэг маань өглөөний нар болохтойгон дэр хоёр талдаа алган чирээ ийм солонготой.
Sandstorms in this area are even more severe. Nomads check the barriers that protect them from the storm attacks. And allow the livestock take shelter. Around 80% of land in Mongolia is already in process of becoming desert. Should arid land meet wind, it develops into a storm. Sandstorms arise in strong winds of over 10 meters per second. The drier the soil surface and the stronger the wind, the bigger the size and destructive power of a storm. Southern Mongolia went through over 20 to 30 dust storms annually over the past 10 years. Humans are helpless once they're trapped in a storm. The number of dust storms in Mongolia has tripled since 1960. The yellow dust created in this area will arrive in South Korea as early as after 24 hours. What could be the reason behind such extreme weather patterns all over the globe? We have found a clue in the Arctic. Svalbard, which means cold coast, is an archipelago in the Arctic Ocean. Once an area covered with glaciers, is now exposing its bare skin. Principal research scientist at the Korea Polar Research Institute, Park Sang-jong, has been studying the glaciers here for 10 years now.
크롬브린 빙하 앞입니다. 그래서 화면에서 보시기에 제 오른편에 있는 크롬브린 빙하 같은 경우에 약 25년 전인 1998년에는 랜드셋 인공위성 이미지에서 봤을 때 뒤편 돌산 앞까지 다 덮고 있었는데 현재는 그 돌산에서 약 2km 뒤쪽까지 후퇴한 것을 볼 수 있고요. 화면에서 이제 제 왼편으로 보이시는 곳에 콩스브린 빙하가 있는데 저 빙하 같은 경우는 작년 7, 8월에 약 한 달 반 사이에 800m나 후퇴했다는 보고가 작년에 있었을 정도로 이곳은 빙하가 빠르게 후퇴하고 있는 것을 볼 수 있는 현장입니다.
Some 180 trillion tons of ice in Svalbard melted from 2010 to 2020. A big roar, similar to the sound of a thunderstorm, can be heard at the site. It's the sound of glaciers with the history of tens of thousands of years collapsing. And perhaps a painful sigh of the earth. The North Pole is getting warmer 4 times faster the Earth's average temperature. The melting glaciers are the most important barometer in measuring global warming. The European Space Agency is monitoring the glaciers via its cryosat. The satellite monitors the extent and thickness of polar ice 24/7. And what it has found is that 272 trillion tons of glaciers are vanishing globally a year.
Well, the polar regions are experiencing, I will say, a dramatic change since the last 30 years. And CRISAT has been measuring this in the last 10, and we see generally a acceleration of the reduction of ice, and this is mainly caused also by the fact that the temperature of our planet in the last 15 years is increasing a lot, with a record year by year.
What's warming the Earth? This is the Zeppelin Observatory, located 474 meters above sea level.
We collect the C14 isotope of CO2. It helps us saying something about the age of the CO2, where the sources of the CO2.
This place measures various greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide and other pollutants.
We are placed at the top of the mountain, which is we are far away from local pollutants, which means that we can measure the background for this area from the Arctic, which is a reference for the northern hemisphere. 2001 and up to 2022, this graph is showing, and you see that the increase isn't that much in the beginning of 2000, but from 2007 it starts to increase more rapidly.
Methane has over 20 times greater global warming potential than CO2. Air pollution is even happening in the primitive jungle. Brazil is where the lungs of the planet Earth, the Amazon rainforest, are located. Illegal deforestation is putting millions of square meters of forest on fire every year. Greenpeace activists have been keeping a close eye on this situation for quite a long time.
Green. It was green yesterday, but today will appear, tomorrow's satellite image will appear in this color. So we flew several times around it. We're in a time period in which fires are illegal in this state. Since 1st of July until the 31st of October, fires are illegal.
The size of deforestation is beyond imagination. There's been a rise in the number of illegal gold miners since 2019. They have cut down trees, deliberately set fire to the forest, and destroyed the nature. Over the past 20 years, from 2001, the Amazon has lost a total of 54.2 million hectares of forest. Developers even mobilized heavy machineries to systematically destroy the region. The Amazon, which absorbs 500 million tons of carbon dioxide annually, is now emitting 1.5 trillion tons of carbon dioxide, accelerating global heating. In October 2023, the Night of Seoul was sparkly. People cheered at the party that brightened up the city sky. But there was no one who recognized the smoke behind the fireworks. A team led by Professor Min Kyung-eun at Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology set up observation equipment on a rooftop some 5 kilometers away from the venue to measure the carbon dioxide level.
불꽃놀이에서 나온 다른 오염물들, 눈으로 쉽게 식별되는 것은 이제 연기처럼 보이는 이제 블랙카본, 숯같이 생각하시면 돼요. 불꽃놀이가 시작 전에는 바로 한 420 ppm 정도로 이렇게 왔다 갔다 하다가요. 불꽃놀이가 시작한 후로는 450, 500, 690 ppm까지 올라가는 것을 봤습니다. 자료에서 보시다시피 이렇게 픽이 올라갔다가 내려가고 하면서 그 불꽃놀이가 터질 때 시그널처럼 주기적으로 나타나는 게 보였어요.
The average concentration of carbon dioxide on the night of the event stood at 580 ppm, which was 140 ppm higher than usual. Scientists warn CO2 levels exceeding 450 ppm could cause irreversible changes to the climate. Human civilization has made Earth the most gorgeous planet in the universe, but it also casts shadows of environmental destruction and global heating. Beyond the fancy lights, there lies a sick planet, Earth. Red lights are on, warning of a solar flare. Astronauts have to quickly evacuate to a safe area. During a solar flare event, the sun emits X-rays comparable to the explosion of 1 trillion hydrogen bomb. The solar wind collides with the Earth's magnetic field and creates a large aurora. Strong geomagnetic storms result in auroras visible not only in the polar regions but also all over the globe. High levels of electromagnetic energy paralyze telecommunications facilities. The disruption can cause problems with GPS signals and aviation communications. Satellites can go out of orbit. The alert has been lifted. Don't worry, things look okay now. The sun has a cycle of about 11 years, and the peak of sunspot activity also coincides with solar maximum. The sun entered its maximum period in 2019, and the cycle is expected to peak in 2024. Until that peak, sunspots are expected to multiply and intensify. An active sun affects the weather on Earth too, leading to strong El Niño events. In 2023, Canada experienced its worst wildfire season on record. The fires, which started in early May from Western Canada, burned around 18.5 million hectares, larger than the size of South Korea. The paradise of the Pacific has also turned into ashes. Devastating wildfires struck the U.S. state of Hawaii. The dead toll stood at 97 and left over 1,000 people missing, making it the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than a century.
Sad, but the only thing, my grandchild, they are okay. We are safe. I never think about the car already.
The fires in the two regions were more devastating as they were triggered by extreme drought caused by El Niño and global warming. Thailand has also gone through a severe drought.
ปีนี้เป็นการเริ่มต้นของปรากฏการณ์เอลนีโญและประเทศไทยอาจจะร้อนถึง 1.5 องศาอุณหภูมิจะเพิ่มขึ้นถึงเพราะว่าการที่มีภัยแล้งเนี่ยทำให้คนทางภาคอีสานหลายๆที่ไม่มีน้ำพอที่จะทำการเกษตรการเพาะปลูกทำมากไม่ได้น้ำไม่พอและน้ำที่จะเนี่ยมันแข็งมากแห้งมากปลูกอะไรไม่ได้
Thailand has suffered an extreme heat wave last year, with highs shooting up above 45 degrees Celsius. Thais believe El Niño is responsible for the unprecedented heat and drought. El Niño refers to abnormally warm surface temperatures of the eastern Pacific Ocean near the equator. The warm seawater also affects the atmosphere, causing extreme droughts and floods. In response, the Thai government has come up with special measures.
อย่างวันนี้เรามาดูสภาพอากาศกันนะความชื้นที่ระดับปฏิบัติการอยู่ที่ 40% ที่ทางลมที่ 140 แล้วก็มีความเร็วที่ 7 นอตวันนี้ก็อาจจะปฏิบัติการได้นะอย่างอันนี้ก็จะเป็นจังหวัดนครสวรรค์ของเราแล้วก็จะเห็นได้ว่ามีกลุ่มของเม็ดน้ำขนาดใหญ่เกิดขึ้นในพื้นที่ต่างๆเดี๋ยวเราก็จะมาดูอีกทีหลังการปฏิบัติการว่าเป็นอย่างไรบ้าง
Aircrafts are dispatched to tackle the water shortage problem. This is the artificial rain project launched by the Thai government 55 years ago. Pilots, together with their teams, fly over to affected regions in need of water to increase the probability of precipitation.
ตอนนี้กำลังเดินทางไปที่พื้นที่เป้าหมายที่เป็นพื้นที่การเกษตรในจังหวัดนครสวรรค์ครับตอนนี้พื้นที่นั้นเนี่ยกำลังปลูกพืชอยู่แล้วก็ขาดแคลนน้ำอย่างหนักเลยครับก็เลยต้องรีบเข้าไปช่วยเหลือครับ
Rain has to fall over the drought-affected, dry and cracked farmland today.
ตัวนี้เป็นสารฝนหลวงครับที่ใช้ในการโจมตีเมฆอุ่นครับเพื่อทำให้เมฆเป้าหมายเนี่ยตกลงเป็นฝนในพื้นที่เป้าหมายของเราครับ
Artificial clouds are created by dispersing cloud seeds. Substances in the seeds include silver iodide that helps the formation of ice crystals, calcium chloride, which assists the formation of clouds, and sodium chloride that acts as a cloud condensation nucleus.
ขึ้นบิน1 ครั้งใช้สารจำนวน1 ตันครับทำส่วนใหญ่ใน1 วันเนี่ยจะทำประมาณ3 ครั้งครับให้ครบภารกิจ
On days with clear skies and only small clouds, the prepared seeds are sown in stages. It's a patent technology of Thailand that collects, grows, and makes clouds heavy enough to fall as rain. On the ground, the process is checked in real time through radar and satellite images. And after 3 hours following the sowing of seeds, the long-awaited rain begins to fall.
It's been 11 years I've already chased storms and tornadoes. The intensity and frequency are increasing.
As El Niño gets stronger, storm chasers get busier. It's because a strong El Niño increases the frequency and intensity of storms.
I met a violent EF4 tornado in Canada this summer. It was the largest and most violent one in Alberta in the past 35 years. It was such a disastrous one. It was over 620 meters wide with winds reaching 275 kilometers per hour. This literally made the whole town into a disaster. It even threw a 10,000 kilogram piece of fire machinery over 50 meters.
Ricky has been chasing tornadoes for over 10 years. The worsening climate crisis is causing changes in tornado patterns.
Okay, we're starting to hit golf ball, baseball size hail. Oh. Oh, this is a very scary tornado. If you live in the Carstairs, Alberta area, definitely take cover.
Tornadoes are becoming more widespread.
The weather is changing. Also, the locations is different from what it used to be. You've heard about Tornado Alley, right? It refers to the central United States where tornadoes occur frequently, like Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. Strangely enough, I met stronger tornadoes outside Tornado Alley in New Mexico and Colorado this past year. I feel like the location of Tornado Alley is moving.
In 2023, Tornado Alley has widened. States like Colorado and New Mexico, which were not part of Tornado Alley's usual domain, were hit by powerful tornadoes. The climate crisis is resulting in unpredictable, extreme weather patterns.
2023 has been quite dramatic because we have seen hurricanes, lots of extreme weather phenomena, forest fires. We have seen flooding all over the planet, basically, and it has dramatic impact as climate change is progressing and other weather phenomena are intensifying. We are seeing that all these extreme weather events are becoming more intensive.
Viewing Earth from space. It's a lonely yet dazzling planet. Humans living on the planet are great but weak beings. The rapidly changing weather is a warning sent by the Earth to humans. On behalf of the universe, I'm sending this message to Earth. Please continue to send signals to humans, even though their response may be delayed. And please stay beautiful as it is now, forever.